Dillian Whyte reveals that Anthony Joshua sent him a private message through the DM about making the fight. Stay tuned. Boxingego here. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon on the top of your screen to get notified when the latest new content drops. What up, fight world? It's your boy Ego and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the gang notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the super chats, channel donations, the Venmo donations, and the Patreon family. We working. Now, shout out to Sky Sports, link in the description. There's an article that says Dillian Whyte says Anthony Joshua sent him a private message as talks stalled about a Wembley rematch. The article opens up, Dillian Whyte has revealed how Anthony Joshua sent him a private message as talks stalled about a heavyweight rematch at Wembley. The Brixton man admitted at the weekend that a planned second fight with Joshua was dead, with the unified champ now set to agree in a title defense against Jarrell Miller at Madison Square Garden in June, while Whyte intends to face an alternative opponent in April. But Whyte has described Joshua stoked up their rivalry with a provocative picture message as they failed to hash out terms. Dillian Whyte says, and I quote, "He actually messaged me," Whyte told Sky Sports. "It's childish. Do you want to make the fight or not? I just thought to myself, you're just an idiot. You clearly don't want to make the fight. I just want a fair crack of the whip, that's all. It's nothing to do with who's boss." Whyte is now considering a three-man short list of Dominic Breazeale, Alexander Povetkin, or Luis King Kong Ortiz for his next fight at the O2 Arena. Breazeale's status as WBC Mandatory challenger makes him the current preferred option for Whyte, who expects to learn his opponent by next week. Probably Breazeale or Povetkin or Ortiz, let's see, said Whyte. Hopefully we can fight Breazeale and I'll get to knock him out and I'll become the WBC Mandatory. The decision is meant to be made this week or as late as or early as next week. Whyte is also ranked #1 by the WBO, but promoter Eddie Hearn has admitted Alexander Usyk could be installed as the WBO Mandatory challenger if the undisputed cruiserweight king steps up in weight. Who? No one knows that guy. No one knows who he is, said Dillian Whyte. Nothing surprises me in heavyweight boxing, nothing. So, you know, Joshua reached out when the talks were not going so well about making the fight. Listen, if this doesn't prove what I've been telling you, that Team Joshua, they overplayed their hand and it's backfiring, because now they're scrambling because they've told people, oh, we got the date. Oh, I want Wilder, I want Fury, I want Luis Ortiz, I want Dillian, whatever the fans want. We have the date, we have the venue. We knew, so this is why we booked the date and the venue in advance. They've had this date, this booked venue since August or September of last year, right around there, you know, so they have it about 5-6 months or better, and now they're gonna have to cancel the Wembley April 13th because they don't have a fight to fill that void to make sense for Wembley. I dare them to try to put Anthony Joshua versus Jarrell Big Baby Miller in Wembley, you know, and scale it up to 100,000 like Eddie Hearn said on Twitter last year, you know, but they got too big for their britches and got a bit pompous, thinking that they were the only fish in the pond, you know. Meanwhile, Wilder and Fury came out with a instant classic, good build-up, more charisma, more personality than Joshua in terms of selling the fights. Then the fight delivered, you know, it had everything. You had a boxing clinic for some odd rounds. You had Wilder like searching and missing. Then you had Wilder get a knockdown, and then he got a dramatic knockdown in the 12th. You had Jack Reese. You know, you had all the peaks and valleys, highs and lows that anyone could expect or want from two giants in the heavyweight division. Now it's left Joshua scrambling, trying to get the next best option in the, you know, something that's going to save face. I told you, Joshua should fight Luis King Kong Ortiz. I think outside of Wilder Fury, that's the name that resonates with the fans, where they'll give him full credit, you know. And, you know, we'll see what happens with the Jarrell Big Baby Miller fight. Could be a good fight. It's just such a wild card because they haven't been grooming Gerald Big Baby Miller based on the competition Eddie Hearns and Matchroom, Rematch Room have been putting him in there with, you know, so people don't know what to expect. So Gerald Big Baby Miller is just going to have to be ready on his own with everything that he has and the experience that he learned. But certainly he hasn't been, his last couple of fights haven't really prepared him for, you know, every fight prepares you, but they haven't been of the note, of the caliber that one would expect for somebody who's, you know, stepping up to fight a 4-belt champion like Anthony Joshua. But that could be by design. Maybe they don't want Gerald Big Baby Miller to be more ready. They're using him as a pawn. You know, they want to, oh, we're going to give you some money. This is the most money you've ever made. Shut up and take it. Hoping and expecting he loses. So we'll see what he has in mind. But, you know, the cards are stacked against him, even though it's, you know, in New York where he's from. Cards are stacked against him. Joshua, you know, say whatever you want, he's still a good fighter, and he has more pro level experience than an Olympic gold medal. So it is what it is. But this Dillian Whyte conversation and this reveal, it shows that they're scrambling. They're like, damn, you know, Wilder and Fury really, like, they really thought they could just leave, like, give Deontay Wilder the short end of the stick, and then he was just going to come begging and crawling back. He was like, nope. Him and his team hooked up with Frank Warren and Team Fury and Ben Davison, excuse me, and they created their own lane. And now Joshua's like scrambling, trying to fill that Wembley date, which looks like it's now, they just haven't announced it officially, but it looks all but dead. It looks kaput. Looks like a bust. And if AJ's having to resort to send messages, DMs to Dillian Whyte, like, hey man, what's up with the fight, then that's not a good sign. And, you know, all that A-side talk and we got the 4 belts, at the end of the day, that's cool. But other fighters, they're trying to get paid too. You know, they want what you have. So you're going to have to make compromises and concessions and, you know, get the fights done that build your legacy in your career. There's enough money. You know, Joshua always says this, there's enough money to go around. Everybody can eat, but it doesn't sound like it because, you know, every time these people come to the table, you offer Wilder 12.5 flat, you know, not a percentage. Like even Joseph Parker got a percentage. I don't know the exact percentage because they're kind of mum about these details, but we know he got a percentage, right? And then you offer him 17.5 million for a mega fight that the world wants to see. Then, you know, it just looks bad. Eddie Hearns just did a recent interview saying that in the US, Wilder versus Joshua does over 1 million pay-per-view buys. So that's proof right then and there. If you offered him 12.5 flat, right? If you offered him 17.5 million flat, then that's proof right there that you had no interest in wanting to fight against Deontay Wilder. Because once again, if you project that it's going to do over 1 million, which in this day and age of streamings and Fire Sticks and Cody, 1 million pay-per-view buys is generally considered a success, especially if you're not Floyd Mayweather, Canelo, you know, Conor McGregor, and you're new and you haven't really had 3, 4, 5, 6 pay-per-views in tow. Then 1 million would be for your second pay-per-view, third pay-per-view. That would be really good for today's standards, especially at, you know, who knows, for Joshua Wilder, they might be able to charge 99 a pop. You know, that's $100, you know, 89, 85 for HD. So if he's projecting 1 million, then that just goes to show you that the first 2 offers from Team Joshua to Wilder were bullshit. Because if you think it's going to do that great, then there's a lot of money on the back end, and Wilder wouldn't be privy to any of that money. Let me know what you want to see for Dillian Whyte. It is what it is, but it's, you know, it's kind of coming apart for Team Joshua. Dillian Whyte also did that IFL hallway interview where he kind of exposed a lot of the game. Eddie Hearn came and he said, man, you know, and said his piece in front of Eddie Hearns. So it is what it is. Let me know what you guys think. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Make sure you smash the like button. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video, the Ego signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxingego, the future of boxing.